What if everything you thought you knew about the world's biggest pop star was about to be rewritten? A new Hollywood biopic is gearing up to celebrate Michael Jackson like never before: the music, the fame, the legend. But there's one problem: it completely avoids the darkest accusations that have followed his name for decades. So the real question is this film telling the full story, or carefully rewriting it? Because behind the billion-dollar legacy lies a past that never really went away. It all exploded in 1993. At the height of his fame, Michael Jackson was accused by a 13-year-old boy, Jordan Chandler, of abuse. The case quickly became one of the most shocking celebrity controversies the world had ever seen. Investigators took things further than anyone expected. Law enforcement reportedly conducted an extremely invasive search, documenting specific physical details. According to officials at the time, the description given by the accuser matched what they found. Jackson later described the entire process as the most humiliating experience of his life. Then came a move that divided public opinion instantly. A massive financial settlement, reported to be around $25 million, was reached outside of court. No admission of guilt. No criminal conviction, but for many people, the damage was already done, and just when it seemed like things might settle down, they didn't. Michael Jackson didn't stay silent. In interviews, he pushed back hard against every accusation. He called them lies. He insisted people were targeting him for money. To his fans, he was being hunted. To his critics, questions were only getting louder. Over time, more accusations surfaced. None resulted in a conviction at that stage, but each one added another layer of doubt. The world became split into two sides: those who believed in his innocence completely, and those who believed something wasn't right. And years later, things would reach a courtroom, but even that wouldn't end the story. In 2005, after a long and highly publicized trial, Michael Jackson was found not guilty of all charges. For many, that should have been the end, but it wasn't. Even after his death in 2009, conversation didn't fade, it got louder. In 2019, the documentary Leaving Neverland reignited global debate, with two men sharing their experiences and claims about Jackson. The film sparked intense reactions, with fans defending him and others re-examining everything. And even more recently, reports have surfaced about new legal claims from individuals alleging abuse over a long period. These remain allegations, strongly denied by Jackson's estate, which has consistently called them attempts to gain money. So while the man was gone, the controversy was very much alive. But here's where things take a surprising turn. Despite everything, his empire didn't collapse. It exploded. Instead of fading, Michael Jackson's brand became stronger than ever. His music kept breaking records. His fan base stayed loyal and loud. New generations kept discovering him: Broadway shows, global tours, tribute performances. His name was everywhere. Even major productions like Cirque du Soleil built entire shows around his legacy. Financially, the transformation was even more shocking. From being deeply in debt at the time of his death, his estate reportedly grew into a multi-billion-dollar empire. Then came the announcement of a new biopic. A film backed by his estate. A massive budget. Huge expectations, and when the trailer dropped, it shattered records, pulling in over 100 million views in just one day. Some insiders even believe it could cross $1 billion at the box office. But there's one detail that changed everything: what the film doesn't show. First, reports suggested the biopic would tackle everything: the rise, the fame, and even the controversies. Early script discussions reportedly included the 1993 allegations as a major part of the story, but that version never made it to the screen. According to multiple reports, major sections were removed. Entire storylines scrapped. Expensive reshoots were done. Why? It's been said that legal agreements from past settlements prevented certain topics from being included in any film. As a result, the final version of the movie ends years before the allegations even began. Meaning, the most controversial parts of Michael Jackson's life simply don't exist in this story. Some critics believe this is more than just a creative decision. They see it as image control, and not everyone involved stayed quiet about it. The film brought together a powerful team: a rising lead actor, big Hollywood names, and an award-winning director who initially promised to show everything, the good and the bad. But as production moved forward, that promise started to feel less clear. There have been ongoing discussions about how much influence the estate had behind the scenes. While officially minimized, reports suggest key figures were deeply involved in shaping the narrative. Even within Michael Jackson's own family, reactions weren't unified. Some supported the project fully, others, not so much. His daughter, Paris Jackson, publicly criticized early versions of the film, suggesting that parts of the story didn't sit right with her. She even described the idea of biopics in general as a kind of fantasy, something sold as truth, but not always real. And when family Members start questioning the story, people start paying closer attention, because this isn't just about one film, it's part of a bigger pattern. In recent years, a trend has quietly taken over Hollywood. Biopics about legendary artists are getting bigger, more polished, and more controlled. Many of them focus on the achievements, the struggles, the rise to fame, but often avoid the most uncomfortable truths. Some films have made hundreds of millions, even winning awards, while presenting it carefully. Shaped version of reality. At the same time, projects that try to dig deeper into controversial sides of famous figures have reportedly faced delays, cancellations, or never get released at all. It raises a difficult question: are these films telling real stories, or just protecting powerful legacies? And when billions of dollars are involved, the answer might not be so simple. So now we're left with one final question: can a movie really change how people see Michael Jackson? For some, the answer is already yes. The music, the performances, the impact, that's what matters. For others, the unanswered questions still linger in the background, impossible to ignore. This new film might become one of the biggest biopics ever made. It might break records. It might win awards, but whether it tells the full story, or just the version people want to believe, that's something every viewer will have to decide for themselves.